Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Yellow, 180. Check, walk 54. Got you.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
The psychology of the game never... ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. They just do get the play off. Now Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes is for his running back, McCoy. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. It's a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Yellow, 180. Get the 5, Mike. Target, 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 target.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And Robinson with a big catch. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Well, last year, Chris Conley was the third option at receiver for Kansas City. He shipped off to Jacksonville. Now they're hoping that Robinson can help fill that void. And Andy Reid has said that he and Mahomes are developing a great rapport, hoping to improve upon the 22 times they connected last season. On first down, it's McCoy. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Vikings' 49-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
He'll turn and give this to McCoy running right. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, he's got it going early in this one. That's the shady McCoy. That's vintage right there, right? Breaking tackles, creating explosive runs. And if they don't take care of this early, look out. This guy's going to have a big, big day.
You know where he got that nickname Shady, by the way?
I know you're going to educate me on it. Help me out.
Mama gave him that name when he was a youngster.
And if Mama named him Shady, we're going to call him Shady.
Absolutely. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, here's McCoy. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They run the counter. McCoy. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive.
Undercrush, under 43.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And shedding through the tackle. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 19.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 81 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown,
LaShawn McCoy off to the races. 30, 10, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, 1 play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy. It got his man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
First down.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
10th carry now for McCoy. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they have taken the lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you worked on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Push him back.
Throwing on second down. Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
That's it, baby. That's it.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Out of his end zone, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
Yeah, if you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Cousins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephen Weatherly. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Madison. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one's on Garrett Bradbury, the first center taken back in April's draft. Working out of the gun, Cousins gonna let it fly for Rudolph. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah.
They'll run on first down. It's McCoy, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Yellow. 54 Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. For the younger fans watching this, you might think Vikings, Chiefs, and not see a lot of history in this game. But this is part of the NFL 100 series because these two teams met way back in Super Bowl IV with the Chiefs winning their first and only Super Bowl title. The Vikings, of course, still yet to win a title, even though they made it 4 times to the final game back in that time period. They were in Super Bowl 4, 8, 9, and 11, but went 0 for 4 in those affairs. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He finds Robinson, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ben Gideon coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
You can't stop me.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now they'll try and run this sweep to McCoy. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Now Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Yellow. 180. Mike 5-4. I'm coming.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together Charles. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing, Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Going up top. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Cousins again. Airing it out deep for Smith. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Check, check. Watch the before. Watch the before. Bandit. Bandit.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Now Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Come on, slam, slam, slam.
Cousins now. Flushed out right. This is caught. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And It's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
2nd and 11 at the 2-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, switch game. Rip left.
Again, it's McCoy. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. Brush, and nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, 88 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football, you've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes It's Hill, complete. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth.
Check. Ready? Check 53 is mine. I'm coming for you. You mine.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Frank Clark in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 15 now. Cousins under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. From the gun, here's Cousins. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Watch the safety crease.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Now a desperation throw, deep depth. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Now a 20th carry here for McCoy. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, it's Williams. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again.
Hey, color. Check. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Mike, 55. Right there. 55. Let's get off the field. Get off the field, D.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep